So let's talk Hamilton. Hi, welcome to Theater Obsessed, the series where I'm going to be talking about my adventures in the theater, things that I probably shouldn't be talking about in any kind of public space, but I'm gonna be doing it anyway because it's 2021. Why not? So I first heard about Hamilton when it was at the Public and it started selling out really quickly. I've been following Lin-Manuel since he was in the Heights. I saw him when he did his LA production over at the Pantages. He was the Usnavi on tour for LA. So I got to see him there and I just kind of followed him throughout. I kind of followed him from that point on just to see what he was up to, and he was doing this show at the Public called Hamilton, and it was just selling out. It was selling out really quickly. Everybody wanted tickets to this thing. So fast forward, I went to Broadway in the summer of 2015, but in June. I saw a bunch of shows then. There was no changing my ticket, and it was opening July 2015. So I kind of missed the opening, and I kind of missed all the big hoopla, but I got tickets as soon as I could, which ended up being September 2016. So I got tickets for September 2016 to see it with my friends who were also going to New York at that time. The only show I was going for was Hamilton. I coincidentally was there at the same time that Falsettos was opening, but I didn't really go see any other shows while I was there. I try to go see shows in New York at least once a year, shows that I'm interested in, shows that look cool, because my heart belongs to the theater. So we had the traditional theater dinner of Shake Shack, headed over to the theater. I check out all the merch. My top 3 merch items are like magnet, window card, t-shirt, and I think I bought at least one book when I was there. Yeah, I was pretty, I hadn't heard Act 2. I said I'm gonna save Act 2 from when I actually go to see it at the theater. I was very much looking forward to this. I was already hyped from hearing all of Act 1 online, and so I was really excited, like really excited. At intermission, one of my friends said, "Hey, I know that guy on stage who's playing," I think he was playing Skylar's sister's father, and then also Mariah Reynolds' husband, and she had gone to theater school with him. So we were like, one of my friends said, "You have to message him. Just tell him that you're here and that you're excited to see him on stage," which she was. She was very excited. We were all excited for her friend, who we didn't know, but just excited that we kind of knew somebody who knew somebody on stage in a big, huge show on Broadway. So the show was phenomenal. I sobbed throughout almost the entire Act 2, as you do. And then at the end of the show, she turned her phone on and her friend had messaged her and told her, asked her where she was, and he wanted to see her. And so all of us were still in the theater. We were third row, so we had to go up to exit or leave through the side door. But he said he wanted to see her, and he was super generous with all of us. And he was like, "How many of them are, just come and, bring them all." So we, so we actually went through the side staircase, where I ran into Mandy Gonzalez, and she was on fire that night. She was phenomenal. And I was like, oh my God, I was blown away. And I was just like bowing at her feet as I was walking up the stairs. So we went to the side of the stage where the staircase was, and then we were able to go up on stage in Hamilton with that turntable, and it was super hectic because everybody's friends meet up with them after the show. So we were just surrounded by the cast and friends and family and everybody who was up there saying hi to them. And our friend ran into her friend from the show, and we got introduced, and he's so sweet and super nice to us and just super generous for inviting us at all. I mean, he could have just invited her and then told us to leave, but we were all together anyway, so very generously. It was just so exciting to... to just be on that stage where you just saw this incredible show where all of these things had happened over the past year. You know, Hamilton had an amazing year in 2015. So it was my first time seeing the show, and to experience something like that, to get to go on the stage afterward and congratulate the actors, and to run into people that you just saw performing one of the greatest shows of your life, is just such an amazing feeling. And her friend was so good in it. We took photos on the stage. I took a little bits of video. I just couldn't believe that I was there. I mean, you could see that I was quite shook. And I was just really excited. I was just really excited and really happy to be there. So we hung out for a little bit, took pictures, and then we went to dinner with him afterward, which was super fun and just interesting to hear his perspective from being in the show, learning more about the show from that point of view, from an actor's point of view. Always really exciting to get to speak to somebody who is experiencing it in the moment. And it was just an unbelievable and unforgettable night. So thank you to him, and thanks to my friend for knowing him. I was going to Washington, D.C. the next day, so I didn't sleep. I was so hyped. I had a train to catch at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just didn't sleep because I was so excited from seeing the show. And then to have that experience afterward of being on the stage is just an incredible feeling. It just feels like a high after high after high. You're already high from seeing the show, and then you're getting to experience something beyond seeing the show. It's just very exciting and thrilling, and so I was happy to be part of that. If you've had any experiences like that, I'd love to hear them, because, you know, what a moment to just be in the place where it happens, to be in the place where it is all happening. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for the next story of Theater Obsessed, because there's gonna be more.